today's Kickstarter critique, we talk about the SquareOne board gaming console, which if you order the special dice edition comes with 15 games! They don't actually tell you what 8 of the games are, and 6 of the games are like super generic games like checkers, but it's only $600, right? Let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bowers Game? Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter game and give you my honest thoughts on it. Today, not so much a game, but we're actually going to be checking out the SquareOne, the board game console. There's been quite a few companies who have thrown their hat into the ring on this sort of thing. So let's see if SquareOne is going to be emerging as the king based on their Kickstarter page. So right now, 27 days to go. It's already funded. It's gonna happen. That's a thing. They ask for $59,000, which seems incredibly low. I will say that. I'm doubting that they actually only need $59,000 to make this happen. But let's click on it and give a wow. Whoa, so that's $106,000 with less than 200 backers. So wowzers, we're looking at like $600 to $700 per pledge. Oh, you better wow me if you're going to ask for $600. I'm unwowed so far.
We at Wizama believe that board and video games are compatible. SquareOne is a board game console featuring the first ever combination of these two worlds to please any player of any age. Cards, figures, and dice become game controllers. To play a card, simply place it on the edge of the console, which will be directly recognized. The same goes for your pawn.
Okay, so first things first, if that's in-game footage, I'm excited because that looked really stinking cool, and I wish they would have mentioned if that was in-game footage, because if you're a video gamer, you know how they can be very misleading about what the game actually looks like. But if that's actually how it's going to look, that was really cool.
Whose movements are closely monitored by the SquareOne. The connected dice track takes care of counting the points, and the large touchscreen guides you through the game. Through your store account on the console, you can buy and download a variety of games, each of which contains an intuitive environment to guide you through the game. With the SquareOne, we offer people a unique experience with this new way of playing, both on new and classic games. And of course, you can play remotely with your favorite gaming partners wherever they are. Save the game and resume it later without having to remember where your pawns were. You will no longer lose your progress.
I'm laughing because they're like, you won't lose your progress if you leave your pieces on the board. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't have to be digital to do that. That's what I was laughing about.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Franck Botta. Je suis le cofondateur de Wizama.
No offense to this guy, but I click on this video because I don't want to read. That's the whole point of a Kickstarter video, is to wow me. Most people, they spend between like less than 2 minutes on a Kickstarter. They click on the video first because they don't want to have to read, and you're making them read with the subtitles. I don't think that's a great call. Personally, if I were making a Kickstarter video, I'd make sure that there's not subtitles in it. It just seems like kind of a no-brainer to me. But hopefully he will wow us.
Wiz de Wizard, Ama, le foyer, la magie du foyer. Nous avons créé SquareOne, qui est la console de jeux de société. Avec la SquareOne, Wizama crée des nouvelles façons de jouer qui sont interactives. C'est vraiment un objet dédié à l'univers du jeu de société et du jeu vidéo. Et ces manettes de jeu sont les pions, les dés, les cartes. Et c'est avec ces éléments-là qu'on joue sur la SquareOne. Aujourd'hui, l'équipe Wizama, c'est des développeurs, software, hardware, des graphistes, des illustrateurs, des animateurs 3D, des concepteurs de jeux. Dès aujourd'hui, sur la SquareOne, nous pouvons jouer aux classiques, les jeux de dames, les échecs, le jeu de doigts, les petits chevaux, mais également Tool War de Peterson Game, Urban Rivals, Element Fight, Crystal Bay, Chromacy. Mon rêve, c'est de faire partager ma passion au plus grand nombre. Si vous commandez dès aujourd'hui la SquareOne, vous recevrez une version numérotés et collectés.
Okay, why couldn't you just get someone to say that so I didn't have to read it? Also, that list of games, underwhelming. You're leading off with the checkers and the sorry style game and the All right, 11 back, first created. SquareOne is a gaming console that melds traditional board games and video games, combining the best of what physical and digital gaming has to offer. The gameplay experience is both interactive and immersive, providing you with a platform to have all your board games in one console. No, it's not. You've clearly showed me that there's like 7 hobby board games here, at least from that video. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping there's more, but that's my guess. Are those Pepsi shoes? Those are Pepsi shoes. That's awesome. I actually really like those shoes. Okay, continuing on. Wait, where are they playing? Is that like a steps behind them? Okay, I don't know. Continuing. He's excited, cool, blah, blah, blah. What am I getting? With SquareOne, cards, pawn, dice, and other connected objects are the game controllers you can manipulate to evolve your games. That looks really cool. Simply place the card on the side of the console. It is immediately recognized, comes to life. I'd like to know what kind of technology that is. Are these weighted cards? Will this work if I sleeve my cards? Because if I'm going to buy this, and this is expensive, and these cards, I'm going to want to sleeve these cards. If it doesn't work with sleeves, it's not good. Now, I'm assuming it will work with sleeves, because there's another game called, Drop Mix, which has, I'm going to guess, presumably the same style cards, where you tap it on the board and it reads it. Pawns, bring your character to life with pawns. We know what dice are. Ooh, the world's first connected dice track, allowing you to feel the dice rolling in your hand like any board game, but then it reads it. That looks kind of cool. Gaming custom board. I like that. How does all this store? That's my question. Full immersion. That looks cool. Okay, cool. How much are we talking? Let's get to the meat and potatoes. $592 US, and this is the VIP special. What does that mean? SquareOne Dice Edition. Oh, that's the... Wait, Dice Edition? What? Dice Edition. Okay, so there's 2 early birds. No, this is the VIP special, but then there's the early SquareOne Standard Edition. But then there's the early SquareOne Urban Rivals Edition. And then there's the early SquareOne Dice Edition. And then there's the early SquareOne Cthulhu Wars Edition. And then there's the developer kit. So all these, okay, so by the end of this, we're going to have a whole boatload of pledges. It looks like they're doing the early bird route, which is what it is. But what are the difference between all these? All right, so we have the VIP special, which is going to be $592. The SquareOne Dice Edition at a special price for our beloved VIP, blah, blah, blah. The SquareOne Standard Edition, which comes with the SquareOne Collector's Console and the Starter Games Pack. 10 games. What are those games? That's going to really... Dang! $592, and that is not counting shipping. The SquareOne Urban Rivals Edition. Ooh, is that like a custom console? SquareOne Collector's Console, but then the Urban Rivals SquareOne Edition? What does that mean? Hopefully they clarify that. In-game rules, multi-languages, play with remote friends, sound and music. Games catalog. Here we go. This is where it's make or break. Crystal Bay. Never heard of it. Broken Thread. Never heard of it. Released soon. Really? Come on, man. Urban Rivals. Never heard of it. Cthulhu Wars. I remember that being a game. It's got really giant miniatures. I'm not quite sure why that would be one they would port over, because I think part of the appeal of the game is that it has big miniatures. But hey, not alone. I remember that being a game. I've seen it in the clearance bin somewhere. Co-op, released soon. The Crew. Oh, cool. The Crew. I love The Crew. I'm legitimately excited about The Crew. That being said, it's a $15 card game. Chromacy. Don't know it. Release soon. Release soon. Element Fight. Super generic name. More games coming soon. Oof! They did not stick the landing right there. You have the opportunity to play classic, well-known gaming licenses, which will come from video games as well as card or board games with features reimagining the gaming experience. What the hell does that mean? This is not where you should be cryptic. If you're asking me to pay you $600 for an early bird, I want to know everything, and I don't here. Included games pack. Here we go. This will make or break. The SquareOne Standard Edition is indeed delivered with 10 games pack, bold, included. And if you choose the SquareOne Dice Edition, that's 5 more included games, 15 games. What are the games? These games pack allow you to discover the SquareOne. It's blah, blah, blah. Dice games packs includes a selection of well-known dice games. No! You didn't even tell me the dice games! Come on, man. come on. Starter pack games includes air hockey, snakes and ladders, checkers, Chinese checkers, Ludo, and dodgeball. One original game by Wizama Studio Chromacy, so that's their in-house studio. Do they have good game designers? Did they sign Antoine Bauza? I mean, who's how to play video? Do I want to know? Sure. Let's check it out. Chromacy, how to play. All right. Like the music.
Salut tout le monde, merci d'être avec nous, j'espère que vous allez bien.
More
Ça va.
subtitles.
Nous sommes actuellement dans les locaux de Wizama, je suis...
Fast forward.
Du coup, quel est le but du jeu
Generic
Vous en
cards.
pensez quoi? C'est donc de contrôler le nombre de cases indiquées par le...
Place, comme l'a dit Julie, si on revient en
And
arrière,
it
on a
looks
vu
like a very generic looking...
des
That's cool.
caractéristiques également,
That's really cool.
déplacement,
Okay,
c'est
that's
pas
what I want to
s'approcher
see.
trop près.
How about we see more of that and I don't have to click through this
Vous voyez
video
là,
to find
on
it.
ne peut pas aller, il n'y a pas de possibilité
That's
de me rapprocher du
cool
pion
looking.
et de me coller à lui. Il doit
The game
toujours y avoir
itself
une
looks
case d'écart
very
entre les
generic.
pions
But,
pour que les
whew,
déplacements
the
soient
technology looks cool.
C'est un
All right,
truc,
back to here. So, 6 games you don't want, 1 original game that might be good, and then 3 famous license revealed soon. Hey, give us $600 and we'll tell you about those 3 games that you're actually interested in later.
Bah non, c'est pas une-
Gag. Here's a sample. I've never done that in my life. I don't know why I did that. Here's a sampling of our future catalog of games.
Vu que Aurélien s'est aligné avec mon pion,
Why are you still
il
talking?
aurait pu s'aligner...
Be
aussi
quiet,
avec-
lady. What was that about? Okay, what is this? Lineup catalog. Urban Rivals. Game I don't know. Trading card game. No thank you. Cthulhu Wars. Cool. Whatever. I remember that came out and people didn't talk about it. Crystal Bay. This one actually looks kind of cool. Try to be the best crystal fisher in the bay in this new game by Robert Fraga. I don't know who that is. Maybe you should tell me some of his games. Artwork.
Veille, vous serez aux commandes d'un magnifique voilier. Avec ce voilier, vous pêcherez des
Nice
cristaux
pieces.
au fond de la mer. Et ces cristaux, comment vous allez les découvrir? Eh bien, grâce au faisceau d'un phare magique.
That looks cool.
En plus de leur voilier, les joueurs vont avoir en main des cartes pouvoir qui leur permettront d'obtenir des avantages, mais également de gêner leurs adversaires. Les joueurs passent
Oh,
Ouais,
the
pour une partie de pêche.
subtitles. Man, I mean, it's just, I'm looking at this from the perspective of someone who wants to actually spend money on it, and I don't want to read. I want a more polished product, The Crew. There we go. Show me this one.
Blast off
There we
to
go.
discovery in The Crew, the quest for...
Oh, wait, this is
Cheap
just for The
if you
Crew,
can.
period. That's just a video for The Crew. Okay, Broken Thread. An asymmetric game in which players take control. Okay. Asymmetric game. Ooh, let's see what we got. Wow me. Impressed so far.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Thomas et je suis l'auteur de Broken Thread, l'idée d'où il se trouve et de comment atteindre la sortie. La créature, qui sera jouée par un des joueurs, elle sait parfaitement où se trouve la sortie, elle a devant elle le plan de la station et elle va pouvoir jouer des cartes actions pour petit à petit épuiser les joueurs et
Slow down. I wanted to. I
finalement
can't.
réussir à les éliminer. Il va donc
Show me that
falloir
again, that looks
progresser
cool.
dans le noir en prenant plus ou moins de risques, en cherchant
Get me what I wanted to see. There we go. The one.
plan de la station.
It has the
et elle va
station map in
pouvoir
front of you,
jouer
and it will be. God, I don't care about the news. I don't care
cartes
about the
actions
stuff.
pour petit à petit épuiser les joueurs et finalement réussir à les
Back to that.
et elle va
Let's pause. Get rid of this. So it's going to be covering half the board. That actually looks pretty stinking cool. Okay, that one looks cool. I'll give him that. That one looks cool. Maybe less that guy talking and more of how the actual like game looks on the board. What do we got? Element fight. Oh, that's the super generic one. Let's see what this one looks like. tell me something is going on? You need to... Cool, there's things moving stuff. What am I looking at? I'm pretty sure it's about to put subtitles in this one. But now I take it back. I'd rather have subtitles in this, and now I know what the heck's going on. We're done. We're done with the restart. Not alone. I don't care. Featured in. Become part of the future of board games. What? That quote sucks. With the line between digital and analog games blurring all the time, this one could well find an eager audience. These quotes are atrocious. The really interesting ability of SquareOne is how it creates all kinds of new types of games. Wizama is scoring big. It merges the human experience of playing board games and the game fields of video games into one unique experience. I think they're hoping you don't actually read those quotes. Inside the box, here we go. I'm underwhelmed. So it looks like a 54 card deck, 4 figurines, and the console. Which I still don't know how large the console is. It looks large from the video, which is great, but yikes. So that is... Oh, and then the smart dice track. So how much is it to get the smart dice track? It's hard to tell because of their stupid early pledge levels. So this is the SquareOne Standard Edition, $592. This is the VIP Special. Okay, so this is if you want... This is the dice track. So what's the regular price going to be? Like, once all the VIPs and stuff are gone. The SquareOne Urban Rivals Edition is going to come with the Urban Rivals SquareOne Edition. What does that mean? What does any of this mean? Our packaging, cool, neato, speedo. Why pledge now? Discounted price. Yeah, it's real cheap. Collector's Edition, numbered. I don't care. I want to play games. I don't want to display it. We guarantee delivery before anyone who pre-orders in 2021. Good deal. Good on you. That's how it should be. Don't pat yourself on the back too hard. Okay, VIP Special. God, that's so much money. $616. How much is the shipping, I wonder? The Standard Edition with the 10 games we're not going to tell you about. Then this one comes with the Urban Rivals SquareOne Edition. What does that mean? Does that mean it just comes with special cards? Is that all it is? Special cards? I think that's all it is. This one comes with the dice pack. What are the games? We're not going to tell you. That's part of the fun. Cthulhu Wars. What's going to come in the Cthulhu Wars SquareOne Edition? If this is it, I'm unimpressed. There's 4 minis there. Ugh. Anyone can make a game on SquareOne. Every console is a dev kit. That's cool. The homebrew gets me excited. No need to purchase a license or an expensive SDK because SquareOne is based on an Android stack. Cool, bunch of words I don't understand. $999 if you want to develop your own games there. I wonder, what percentage they take. How does that work? That actually sounds pretty cool. Not to anybody else, though, because no one's backed it yet. $1,100. Stretch goals. Because SquareOne is... Yeah, show me the stretch goals. No, they're all locked. Okay. Come on, man. Does it say this? 19-inch screen. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? That's a big selling point. That's a big honking screen. So 32 gigabyte. Wait, how much memory does it have in there? How many games can it hold? Oh, I don't know. Maybe that'd be something good to tell me. Shipping will be charged at the end of this. But they're not gonna tell me the shipping. Oh, videos. What? Actual videos? Reviewers? What? I wasn't expecting to see any of that. Ludo Chrono. I know he's made geese.
Hello, I'm Matthew from Ludobox.fr, and today I'm going to give you an overview not of a board game, but of a board games console. And this is SquareOne. So SquareOne is a board games console with different applications and games, and you will be able to play board games only with a tactile interface and with cards that have RFID chips in them, so you will be able to play them and they will be interpreted by the machine. So I'm going to give you an overview of 2 games, Chromacy and Crystal Bay. In Chromacy you are represented by a color and a pawn, and you want to make the board of your color. You control the territories by doing so, and you leave your color in your wake. If you move, the space you just left is going to have your color. So on your turn, you're just going to roll the die.
Generic movement game where you try and take area control of the board. That's cool, but this is the one we actually want to see.
Because that's what gives us points, and the game will end whenever we reach the target number of points that we set at the beginning of the game. The problem is the bay is dark, and it is illuminated by only the light of the lighthouse. So you're just going to tap it at the beginning of your turn, and it's going to turn and to move.
That's cool.
And you may see you have seaweed, you have reefs,
That's
and
really cool.
You will have to remember that, because this is what you are going to base your movements on. So for example, I noticed that there was one here, so I will try to remember, yes, it's here. So I will have to remember it, and then I will have to play. And when I have to play, I will select a card from my hand and play it. The cards have different colors, which are tied to powers, but also they have a value, which is the move value of the card. In this case, I'm going to move 4 spaces. I play the card in the matching color space,
let's talk some logistics
and
right now.
this will...
So this is not coming with the base game. So I'm very curious to see what kind of packaging these special editions have, because they're going to have this outer ring, and that outer ring is like 20 inches. If this is a 19-inch screen, that's going to be a huge outer ring, which means it's going to have to be somewhat larger box. So it's going to be like maybe this thin and that big, and I'm not, like, at that point, are you asking me to store that? Because that's bigger than a board game box. Unless this thing folds up. I hope it folds up. I really wish we would have saw how he sets it up on there. But yeah, actually, after watching this video, I'm a little less excited.
Allow me to trigger some powers. In this case, moving golems. There are no golems at the moment.
Okay, it looks like a cool family game. But if I'm investing $600, I want more than a cool family game. Some trading card games. Checkers. You don't even give me chess? I mean, come on. Timeline, cool, whatever. It's on Kickstarter. Don't care. Meet the team. Yippee skippy. Okay. Yikes. Refund guarantee. If for any reason we are unable to produce the SquareOne, we will provide a full refund to every backer. So no, if you don't like it, you can go to hell. But if we don't actually make it, we will give you your game back, unless of course we go bankrupt, in which case we probably won't. Oh, but there's a money back guarantee. We think you'll love the SquareOne experience, but if you don't, you can return your console for a full pledge refund within 2 weeks upon reception. Okay, cool. Okay. Lot to unpack here. I'm underwhelmed. I am massively underwhelmed. If this were $300, I'd say, maybe I'd take a stab on it. I'm probably leaning towards the fact that it's going to be an overpriced paperweight, but $600? No thanks. You don't tell me, like, you're not even telling me the games I'm getting. I know the generic games I'm getting and one other game. Just no. Let's check out the comments. All right. Oh, the FAQ. Maybe there's something useful in the FAQ. This is all French. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to the comments. Backtrack on that. Let's check out the FAQ. Can I add games to my pledge? Yes, you'll be able to buy games after the campaign during the Kickstarter campaign. Are the delivery costs included? Shipping will be charged after the game. Yep. Warranty issues. Yeah, I underwhelmed. Very underwhelmed. Nothing about this screams spend $600 on it. Hell, nothing about this screams spend $300 on it. And in the end, Square won the board game console. I am very skeptical. But it's made $108,000. You know, once they get through all those early bird pledges, maybe then you start getting some companies on it. But I feel like you just need to have some companies right from the jump, some bigger companies that you're going to be able to put on there. Give me a Ticket to Ride. Give me a Pandemic. Talk to Asmodee. See about something. But just what you got here is not enough. Now, if they have the crew, go talk to Thame and Cosmos. Get a bunch of their games, put it on here, because then you have a lot more to sell me. But right now, just no. So in the end, Square won the board game console. I'd like my 25 minutes back because I was underwhelmed by this. But let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And as always, if you're interested in having a particular Kickstarter covered, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a company yourself, back me on the Fiverr and I'll make sure I guarantee to do one for you, even though you might not like it. Which, at that point, I'll just give you $5 back. Because I do have a money-back guarantee. I really should think about that money-back guarantee. I just want... I don't know. But anywho, SquareOne, the board game console. Just no thank you. Unimpressed. Goodbye. Video's over. Get the hell out. Go. Go!